Hey everyone, it's Dragon Jays. Welcome back to Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. If you happen to hear it, I do have lawn care people out and about around my yard at the moment. They're mostly doing stuff away from my room where I'm recording, so I can hear them. I don't think you guys should be able to, but if you hear an occasional brrr, then you know why. But yeah, I got situated. I've done a lot of chores today, and I got a couple of brewskis uh, for me. I over the past couple weeks, I've been kind of getting into um, IPAs, um, which I would never have expected from me, but I'm really enjoying them. This is only the third one I've tried. The first one I tried was a Sweetwater Tropical Haze, or Hazy Tropical, or something like that. The second one was, I think, just the standard Sweetwater, tasted like grapefruit and pine. And then today I'm trying a different brand. I'm trying uh, Tiki Like a, or New Realm Brewing Company, Tiki Like a Fox Tropical Hazy IPA. They've been pretty good. I have had a couple before, uh, shortly after I had just turned 21, and was not a fan. But I think just as my palate has changed, and because my palate has definitely changed over the past few years, um, I definitely like more bitter flavors. And even then, like especially some of these like tropical flavors that are more citrusy, they aren't like super duper bitter or anything. I think the first one I ever had was a Voodoo Ranger. That one, I don't know if I'll ever try that again. Maybe one day I will, just to prove it to myself. Oh, here they come with the lawnmower. I don't know if you could hear that. It was like right outside my window. Anyway, I just wanted to spiel about a new hobby question. That no, not hobby, interest. Something I'm exploring. Uh, anyways, let's get into it. I go out to the garden. The moon is shining bright while the cutting breeze is cold. In the winter night, the world was silent as if frozen. The shed has gone still. The place where I got cornered by Lancer yesterday. Okay, so previously, because I'm trying to remember this myself too. Previously, what more recently just happened? Yesterday or like this day, we went to the school. Saber followed us. We went to the Kyudo Club. We talked to Mitsuzuri. We talked to Fuji-nee. We talked to Sakura. Fuji-nee and Sakura come back home with us. Since Saber is staying with us, Fuji-nee and Sakura have also decided to stay with us. We can't sleep, so we decided to get up and start perusing around. The place where I got cornered by Lancer yesterday, and the place where Saber appeared. The entrance is still open, and the darkness inside feels uninviting. I go inside, closing the door behind me to shut out the cold air, and turn on an old stove heater. I have loved. I mean, it's winter, or it's fall technically, turning to winter. In Georgia, in the states, uh, I'm I love the cold. I If I wasn't so rooted where I'm at, I would so move like up to a northern midwestern state. I think I would thrive. Uh, I don't know where, but I also know that there's like nothing in some of those places. I really like the idea of like maybe not going to and living in Portland. I know that's not a Midwestern state, but my mind went there when I thought up north. I would really like to travel to Portland. It seems like everything I know about it seems just like a really cool little city. I would really like to explore. Anyway, love the cold. Shoot over 200 arrows, huh? The teaching of archery focuses on accuracy, piercing strength, and persistence. Accuracy is how well one can hit the target. Piercing strength is the power to pierce the target. And lastly, persistence is how long one can maintain the accuracy and piercing strength. I think I read it somewhere in an archery manual. That's interesting. I did like, I don't know if you guys have seen it. If not, I mean, feel free to check it out. If not, that's perfectly fine too. I did a like I called it a deep dive into Kyudo, or archery, like Japanese archery. Nowhere in what I read did it mention like these being like the 3 areas that Kyudo focuses on. So it's interesting to even glean a little bit more from it just from this game. I think I read it somewhere in an archery manual. Once one aims to be a shooter, after they learn the true meaning of Kyudo, they continue that forever. So, they say to shoot over 200 arrows. Or something. Yeah, I don't know what I should do as a master, so I should at least train my magecraft. Sit down inside the shed and take a deep breath. It's probably a good thing to do. Kame! Starts becoming Goku. Walks out. I can fight Goku. Goku appears. Hey! What was the line he said in that meme a long time ago? I control my breathing and begin my regular training. My mind imagines the same thing that it always does. An image of a sword that comes to mind. ... I ignore that and clear my mind even more. Once I've let magical energy flow... No, focus on the sword. You can make that sword. Once I've let my magical energy flow throughout my entire body, I practice strengthening, like usual. When I was attacked by Lancer last night, I succeeded in strengthening for the first time in a few years. I need to repeat it so that I don't forget the sensation, or else it would be a waste. Trace on. I narrow my eyes and breathe out deeply. That's all for now. I forget all about the Holy Grail War, Saber and Tohsaka once I immerse myself into the process. Clear all thoughts and hesitation from my mind. But during the process, the thought that Tohsaka, who's a mage like me, might be doing the same kind of training, never leaves my head. Are you about to get an interlude of her? Ooh! Do we actually? I was kind of half joking. Well, not joking, but half guessing. I was figuring it would just fade to him like falling asleep out in the shed or something, and Sakura waking him up. Anyways, I'm glad for this. She weaves her way through an unnatural darkness, a desolate night. While the moonlight shines, she makes her way through the dark hallway and enters a room. Where are we at? ... This is a room of a random building. There are about 50 workers here. Random building. 50 workers. Most of them are male, and they are scattered like puppets and their strings severed. ... She grits her teeth. It helps that the darkness limits her vision. The rotten airs from a plant smell and turned into smoke and filled the air. What is this scent? Can you tell, Archer? Opening the door and windows, she asks someone behind her. There is no one there. But in the shroud of smoke, a strong presence wavers. It must be the witch's ointment. The kind made from unbelievers that destroys love. Umbellifers. What's an umbellifer? It's Google time. It's been a while since I've done this. I don't think I've done this for the entirety of this route. Umbellifers. Oh, it's a plant. Okay. That's very, well, I was about to say it kind of looked like dandelion, but now I see the individual flowers. Cool. Okay. Like mini flowers mixed with dandelions. Interesting. Okay. Bye-bye now. Let's go back to game. Come on. There we go. It takes a moment for OBS to recognize that I've pulled the game back up. That's Hemlock, right? Destroys love. Oh, I see. I wonder if the investigator of this has some grudge against men. If so, it must be a woman. I don't know what kind of grudge, but it must be deep-rooted to take it out on people even after becoming a servant. Stop used mansplaining at this? That's crazy. From a 2007 game, is this... I think that's when this came out. Stop mansplaining and open the windows. They're still breathing. At this rate, it doesn't matter whether we call for help now or if they're found in the morning. Let's leave as soon as we're done here, Archer. She opens all the windows on one side, treats the people in especially bad condition, and leaves the room. have to take my clothes to the dry cleaners now. I can't believe this. They got blood on me. Look at this. She sniffs her coat. Though she was careful not to touch things for the most part, the scent of rust still made it onto her. The room was sealed, and the floor of that room was covered in the blood that 50 or so people threw up. Ooh. Just like your night, Shirou. Exactly what you're doing. Just only slightly different. The presence behind her takes form. What appears behind her is a knight in red. He is Archer, the servant who is protecting Rin Tohsaka in spirit form.
So, are they flowing towards Rudo Temple?
Yeah, all the life energy that was taken is flowing towards the mountain. The coma incidents happening in Shinto are caused by whoever's at the temple. I don't know about the master, but such a thing is beyond human power. If there's anyone capable of doing so, it'd be the caster servant. Oh, okay, so this is... she's investigating the incidents related to, like, huge tragic, like, accidents, quote-unquotes, that people are dropping dead. So a couple of these things, like, kind of happened on the news, if I'm remembering correctly, and even in, like, the Fate route, we assumed, yeah, that's got to be caster, but we had... Tohsaka wasn't here doing this, she was kind of at, our home, and was telling us all these things based off of kind of what we'd seen in the news.
A witch at Rudo Temple, huh? In that case, we made a blunder last night.
A blunder? You mean how we called it a tie with Berzerker? I think that was the best possible outcome. Are you sure? I mean, I think Archer could have... I mean, actually, I don't know. I don't want to say. It seemed like it was going fairly well. No one was fatally injured.
I don't know about that. If Caster has such a large network, I'm sure she saw last night's battle. Despite that, we could not defeat Berzerker. We let Saber go, and we gave away the scope of our power. What part of all that is good for us?
When you put it that way. His tone is biting and sarcastic, but Rin does not answer. It's not a mistake to drive Berzerker away and help Saber. Most importantly, Archer hasn't shown the full scope of his power yet. How do you know that? Last night, it is true that the arrow Archer fired stopped Berzerker, but even Rin, his master, has yet to find out his identity, or the identity of that powerful noble phantasm.
Rin.
No, she knows the principle behind it. There's just a bomb. A nuclear bomb. Boom! Is there an Archer? Is Oppenheimer a Archer? Does Oppenheimer get incarnated into the Archer class and he just sends his noble phantasm, his atomic bomb, just blows up a whole city, wins the war immediately? Sorry. I know I'm making light of a really awful situation, but that's kind of funny. He just detonated a bomb called the Noble Phantasm in front of his enemy. It goes without saying how exceptional it was. That was a one-time explosion of magical energy created using the most powerful of illusions, a Noble Phantasm. Broken Phantasm. Broken Phantasm? That is what the Red Knight's deadly Noble Phantasm is called. The Broken Phantasm. Servant update? Question mark? Give skill? Independent, clairvoyance, nope. Hero info, nope. Okay, never. Oh wait, no, Noble Phantasm. Nothing. Okay, maybe it'll update here in a moment. And though that itself is also strange. Servants typically only wield one Noble Phantasm, and it is a part of them that they have had in their past life. What kind of heroic spirit would destroy such a thing so freely?
Rin.
It is not easy to fix a Noble Phantasm that has been destroyed. Wake up, Rin. Smell the roses. Someone's trying to talk to you. It's like committing suicide for a servant to destroy their own.
Rin.
In other words, Archer abandoned his strongest weapon in a situation where he still had 6 enemies he needed to defeat. No more than that, other servants would faint if they found out he destroyed his own Noble Phantasm. It is their proof as a hero...
Rin!
Oh, what? Sorry. I wasn't listening. Yeah, clearly. He said your name like 5 times.
I asked, what are we going to do? You must be tired from the previous battle, so we should go back and get some rest.
Rin clenches her fist in response to Archer's words. The previous battle, a large number of skeleton golems wriggling in the hallway. All of them were destroyed by her own hand. She didn't need Archer's help, and didn't want to expose Archer's abilities over something like that. More importantly, she felt anger towards enemies who break the rules as a mage and involve innocent people. That's why she destroyed them. She beat them without mercy until there was nothing left. She did not show any sympathy, even if the bones were someone that could have been alive until just the other day. She did not suffer any wounds from this battle, because she is that girl. I am it girl? No. I am that girl. Duh. Don't call, just text me. Or something. I don't know the lyrics. Whatever. This is a weird bit. Except one. She fought and kept the nausea from overwhelming her. In exchange, she bit her lip so hard it bled. Oh, okay. Dang. We're going after Castor. You can still feel her presence, right? We'll get things over with before she escapes the Rudo Temple.
What? I'm surprised. Wasn't it your principle to not do things that you don't think we can do?
That's right. I can't do things where I know the outcome. But that's different. If we go after her right now, I'm sure we'll be able to find some clue, and most of all...
You can't stand without starting to fight, huh? Good grief, yada yada desu, in the words of Jotaro. You're letting the easy opponents run loose and going after the hardest opponent to defeat.
It's fine. Let Saber be. We can finish them off at any time, so we don't have to worry about them. We don't have to go out of our way if they're not going to do anything. As long as he's hiding at home, I'll let him be.
So will it be a different story if that master's in front of you? For example, if Shirou Emiya were to appear in front of you, without any self-awareness as master...
Those words are as if to test her. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that is kind of what happened. In a voice without emotion, looking down at the night town. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. I'll kill him. I'll kill him dead, right there! I have no obligation towards someone who doesn't know something like that, obviously. I have, like, no feelings for him, Baka. Rin Tohsaka asserts as if to convince herself. Oh, okay. Well, you said without any emotion. Don't say without any emotion and then immediately take it back and say, actually, there is... Maybe not emotion, but hesitation. Well, no, you said you hesitated. I don't know. A little conflicting. I get the point. You're trying to pass off as if you're super tough. Super tough. And you could put him down like a dog if you wanted to, even though you really can't. 5, Bonnie and Clyde. Who's Bonnie and who's Clyde? Winter. 5 years ago. It was a beautiful moonlit night. I was just enjoying the sight with my father, Shirou Emiya. It was winter, but it wasn't very cold. On the veranda, it was just a little chilly, the perfect weather to watch the moon. Shirou didn't go outside much anymore. He rarely went out, and he spent most of his time lounging around the house. Every time I recall this, I still feel regret. Why didn't I realize that he was acting the way any creature does when they know their time is almost up?
When I was a boy, I wanted to be a hero of justice.
He blurted it out, just out of nowhere. My father, who already seemed like a hero of justice in my eyes, said that as if he were reflecting on a memory. What, you wanted to, so you gave up on it? I asked, unable to completely hide my disappointment. Shirou smiled apologetically and looked up at the distant moon. Unfortunately, yes. You can only be a hero for so long. It gets harder to call yourself one as you grow up. Wish I'd found that out earlier. I like that line. Unfortunately, where's my phone? I'm gonna take a picture of that to write in my quote book later. So I really like keeping different journals of things. One of the journals that I keep is a quote book, and from any quote from like a piece of fiction that I read, I write it in there. I have a separate book that is notes for nonfiction books. It's been a while since I've honestly touched that book because I haven't read nonfiction in just a moment. Mostly due to just focusing on other media, frankly. But anyways, I write stuff in there. I also have a commonplace journal that I've started keeping up with literally just a week ago. Anyway, I'll write that down later. That made sense to me. I wasn't sure why, but if Kiritsugu said it, then it had to be true, obviously. No one could lie. I mean, I don't think he was lying in this moment, but parents can lie. Parents can say untrue things. Oh well, that's too bad. Yes. It really is too bad. Kiritsugu nodded in agreement. So I just kind of blurted something out, as if it was a natural thing to say. Okay, if you can do it, then I'll do it for you. You can't do anything because you're an adult, but I can. You can leave your dream to me. Because I'm Naruto. Because I'll make it a reality. He's not Naruto, but very shonen-esque statement to make. The bold promise made my father smile. His face said everything I needed to know. Kiritsugu made a long, contented sigh and whispered, That's a relief. There, he closed his eyes, and so too, his life came to a close. Draw a curtain. This happened in the winter, 5 years ago. Such was the parting that would determine the course of his life. The night that Shirou Emiya swore to be a hero of justice. There's no way I could forget. Yeah, someone died right in front of you that was your father figure. Yeah, you're gonna remember the last moments you spent with your dad. I never talk about this, but I still remember it. Yeah, it's trauma. Probably. 10 years ago, a man saved me from a fire. He said, "Thank you," as he picked up the child who was unconscious, covered in burns, and on the verge of dying. That he was glad to have found him. He smiled as if thanking someone, saying that he was glad to have been able to rescue at least one person. The emotion that I felt then is engraved in my mind. Nobody saved me. I couldn't save anyone. In the midst of that, I was the only person that was saved. And there's only one person who saved me. That's why I decided to be like him. There is something... It's like gut-wrenching, but it's also something that you sometimes have to accept. And I'm not saying this is like diminishing anyone to just being able to do this, but a big goal in my life, like just not a goal that will ever necessarily be finished or fulfilled, or purpose, I should say. A big kind of thing that I find purpose in life is, you know, helping other people. And with that definitely comes like a Christ-centered viewpoint of that, of helping others, and being there for them. But even more so since I've become a teacher, like you know, that's what you want to do. You want to help your students, and you, I mean, you may not realize this, but from the viewpoint of a teacher, maybe I'm alone in this, but I really don't think I am from the conversations that I have with other people. Like, teachers are not just focused on you learning their subject. I mean, you learning their subject is great. People learning art from me is awesome. But a much more worthwhile experience that I hope to offer them is to teach them about grace, to teach them kindness, to teach them love, to teach them discipline, to correct them and show them habits and wisdom that will set them up for life. Like, stuff that you can do that regardless of what your subject is. Your subject is just a catalyst. In my mind, my subject is a catalyst to show them those things. And I mean, I want to show them the art. I'm an artist, but anyways, going back to Kiritsugu's point here, it is this heart-wrenching thing. You can't get them all. And sometimes you can only get one. My first year teaching was pretty rough. As most first-year teachers will say, their first year is usually pretty rough. And it really only felt like my first semester there, I only really connected with like one student, really. And then from there, that luckily grew. But it is this thing of like, even if I only helped one person, is that good enough? I think yes, but I feel no, if that makes sense. Like, I kind of contradict myself there. But just some food for thought and some rambling. That's why I decided to be like him, yeah. I wanted to become a hero of justice that saves people and doesn't let anyone die. Yeah, these people... Shirou's thinking a lot more, though, in terms of morality, or mortality, not morality standpoint. Even if it was a childish fantasy, I dreamt of doing so. And then, Kiritsugu, who is the embodiment of my dream himself, left behind his dream of becoming something like that and died peacefully. It's only natural for a child to follow in the father's footsteps. Shirou Emiya must become a hero of justice and save someone like me. Yes, I strongly swore so as a child. Shirou Emiya would fulfill the dream on behalf of the man that he admired more than anyone else. But I don't really know, to be honest. If the way that I think is correct, where that way of thinking comes from, what I can do as an amateur, how to make the dream of making everyone happy that Kiritsugu would often mention, which is itself as far-fetched as magic, come true. Oh, and what I can do as a master now. There's too many things to think about that. My head feels like it's about to burst. Whoa, terrible nightmare. Or dream. Thoughts. ... A nostalgic dream flitters through my mind, and then I wake. The bright morning light comes in through the window. Sakura stands over me, stalking me, gazing, with a knife in hand, about to kill me. Wait, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. You weren't cheating on me or anything. It's chilly in my room, but my body... It's not your room. I mean, it is and it's not. It's your workshop. It's chilly in my room, and my body feels like it feels it despite a blanket wrapped around me. Dang, I fell asleep here again. I shake my head and change from my coveralls to my school uniform. Would you not go inside to your closet for that? We're just going to do it right here? Door wide open? Sakura just standing there. I mean, I know she's not there, but just like anyone could pop out their head out the window and just see you in all of your morning glory? It's a bit before 6 a.m. Sakura is probably already up and making breakfast. I make my way out to the yard and take it in the morning air. Oh, it's a good morning. Though I'm preoccupied by the thought of the 3 girls also staying here. Well, not exactly, more like 2 girls. Be hard-pressed to call Fuji-nee a girl. Anyway now, I mean, she is. Saber, Sakura, Fuji-nee. I don't think this decision will ultimately... I don't know. Maybe it will ultimately matter. Saber, Sakura, Fuji-nee. I mean, Sakura's used to being here. She's also not the focus of this route. Saber, I don't know. I feel like I'm either tied between Saber and Fuji-nee. Because naturally, I think the alien girl, or not alien, alien in the sense of foreign, is the one that we would go help. Yeah, let's go check on Saber. Have to go see what happened to Saber. Despite Saber's stoicism, she seems sociable enough, so I think she ought to have handled Fuji-nee and Sakura okay-ish, but still I'm worried. Bet Saber's already awake. And there's only one place she can be. I mean, she could literally be, like, down the street. I mean, I don't think she would, but you say there's only one place she could be. There are multiple places she could be. Sakura's in the living room, so Saber should be in the dojo. Yeah, I guess right. Okay. Just as I thought, Saber is in the dojo. Shirou, what is it? I believe it is still too early to be awake. Huh? No, this is normal for me since I have to prepare breakfast. I see. I'm surprised you wake up rather early. It must have been really unexpected for Saber to be surprised over something like that. Yeah, I guess I'm an early bird. No big deal. I'm just so cool like that. Why am I associating being an early bird with being cool? I'm not an early bird. And people that are, like, I hate being around them because they have so much energy so early, and I'm just like, please, can we not right now? Can you give me, like, another hour and we'll be good? I just don't want to deal with you. But it isn't that big of a deal. Is it really that surprising that I'd be awake, Saber? Is it surprising that I wake up at like 5:30? That's a pretty normal time, I feel like, for a lot of people. Oh, no. Pardon me. Taiga is still asleep, so I hastily assumed the rest of the Emiya household was also slow to rise. Well, she's not technically a part of this household. It's just kind of me, myself, and I. Yeah, I gotcha. She sleeps like a rock. That's why she's late every day. Yeah. She's a restless sleeper, too. Come to think of it. Must have been hard for Sakura and Saber to get any shut-eye. By the way, Ohayo gozaimasu, Saber. How did you sleep? Well, thank you. Since we did not have a battle yesterday, I am not at all fatigued. That was good. I thought you might have had some trouble because Fuji-nee tosses and turns a lot. It also seemed like you were up pretty late. If it gets too loud, I can tell them to give you a separate room. Given Saber's personality, I can't imagine she finds it entirely comfortable sharing space with Fuji-nee. There is no need for that. As long as there is no issue, I would like to go with Taiga's proposal. You sure? Well, if you can do that, it would make things easier. You know, I feel like she's a little more approachable now. There's a bit of warmth in her tone. There's something about Fuji-nee that strikes your fancy? Aw. It's cute, actually. The immediate, like, spark was really cute. Yes, Taiga is a good person. I find it rare for someone to be so guileless. Guileless? I know that word, I've just never had to say it out loud. As I understand that she has helped raise you, I follow why you are also so earnest. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment. That's really good observation, Arthur, Saber, that our earnestness might be a trait that we learn from Fuji-nee. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment. I mean it as one. I have only known her for a short time, but I feel I understand her well. Alright, with that compliment to Fuji-nee, we're going to go ahead and stop here for this time, this episode, this thing, whatever this is, this video, whatever you want to call it. This Sporklenork. Sure, it's a Sporklenork. Anyway. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you're taking care of yourselves. Alright, bye.